Okay, hi. This is another video of me talking. And I'm just talking because I'm not going to include any there will not be any sources because actually I'm just talking out of my ass. I usually do. Um I already know everybody got their cognitive dissonance. They don't give a shit if I show you evidence. And a lot of YouTubers already do that. So if I wanted you to know things, I would source all these YouTubers for all the information they want to, okay? I actually have thought about this recently, and I just talk about it. This is going to be about schizophrenia. But I want you to know that some people will be annoyed about this, and that is okay. Because I do not have schizophrenia. I do not have it. It doesn't run in the family. As far as I know, undiagnosed, that I have autism and ADHD, maybe OCD, maybe bipolar 2. I know it's those two. Probably not bipolar 2 because I used to have antipsychotics that literally I tapered myself off and never had an issue. So, yeah, I did that with OCD meds too. So, I'm pretty sure I just have, so I might just only have autism and ADHD. And I don't even know. Probably the first tier of TIER of autism, and then I don't even know with ADHD, okay? So I wanted you to know that what I'm talking about is going to be very subjective. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. Do not get yourself annoyed that some not special person who doesn't have any specialty for you. This is for someone from a witch who is connecting with the spirits. And what I've been thinking about schizophrenia for like years, and it's now connecting with the things that I'm used to. I've gotten into enough connect with the earth that I feel well knowledgeable in my spirit knowledge that I can even share it here where I don't think anybody's gonna read it. No. Anyone's gonna watch my video? No, maybe not. I just, in case there's some people that I want you to hear about this if you are schizophrenic. And I am not a fucking doctor, okay? This will be this is woo woo shit, all right? And if it upsets you, turn off the video because you really have a lot of control in your life than you expect. I would like you to know right now that me, just as a person who has no skills with the spirit world, that I am just looking what I can do. I value the spirits and I want control. I want not, I want connect with the spirits more than I'm used to. Right now, I use a pendulum where I talk for answers that I can get from spirits. I'm getting a lot of fairies, fae, fairy umbrella. I am probably, I believe, to be connected with the fairies. Okay. Um, I want to be able to see them, and I have heard things that weren't there. I am getting used to meditating so I can see spirits, which would you would think of as hallucinations, simply from meditating. And sometimes, if I can meditate enough to hear things, I have more connect to my ears and my hearings than I do of my vision. I'm literally partially blind. Um, I've always had glasses too. I can hear things pretty well. And I think I can hear things sometimes. There's something that's not there, especially if I have had shrooms or if I've had weed. I do not I do not have it as is Like it just doesn't happen randomly. Like if it happens, it's because I'm under the influence or because I've been meditating. So, no, I do not have schizophrenia, and I am not an expert. I do not have any expertise for you except for me as a witch. What I think about schizophrenia. I want you, if you're here who is I don't know when this will get there. I don't know if anyone will even read this. But I feel like I want people to know about this. Maybe, if they can. If they cannot, then they do not. I don't hold anything. Okay? This will not be anything other than me talking. I am actively wanting to be connected with the spirit world. I think, because I was just pendulum, I was live, and I was asking questions as I was doing this. I wasn't high. It was just usually when I'm having pendulum, I ask about spirits. I have questions. I see if they give me an answer. If the answer is correct, then they will tell me that at some point. Fairies are tricksters, so they do lie sometimes, and they think it's silly, and it's hilarious, and then they laugh. I don't hear it. It just means I look like an ass. So there's that. But I do appreciate the things that the fairies have been doing for me. They are a little translator for my cat. So I connect with the fairies to be like, here's what my cats want to know. And it doesn't need a pendulum, so I can just say, "Hey fairies, can you guys tell me my cat about this?" My cat doesn't meow that much unless he's literally saying something. And usually if there's something annoying that I'm not listening to him, will bite me, and I'm pretty used to that. We're more of like brothers than we are of owner and pet. I'll be real. Okay? I just say that, brothers, cuz I feel like that, especially with anything that's my connect. And my cat is more of guiding me cuz I don't think I would be a witch at this point of my life without my cat. And you can say whatever you want. Oh, don't you need Jesus? I grew up Mormon, so yeah, I'm very used to religion. I like know so much about the Bible, know so much about the scripture of the church. I just have forgotten, which has been very nice. I'm a queer, so yeah, I gave up on that. Um, I know about all that kind of stuff. So you can't really tell me to seek Jesus because he was also a communist, in which case I am. So I want to say that schizophrenia, I believe, number one, okay, let me get to this autism. I think autism is great. And I think those who are autistic and ADHD and whatever other neurodivergency they have gives them a literal physical superiority of the brain. I mean that physiologically. I do not want to say that people are better. I just say that they have a more equipped brain than those who do not have those. And people will hate that I say this. That is okay. You can have whatever you like with your life. You figure it out. This is just what I'm seeing now and what I'm used to having my own neurodivergency. Now, I also want to say that with I feel this way, which I am not an expert, about schizophrenia, that I believe that what like autistic, neurodivergent people, ADHD people have more um, superiority of their brain. I feel that with schizophrenia, that I think these people have a spiritually superior body to connect to the spirit world, whether that's um, audio or visual hallucinations. I do not think of this as I can't tell the difference between a hallucination versus things that are actually there. And it's complicated because I believe in the spirits and I believe they have access everywhere. And so the things that we see is based on our body now. And I don't think that our soul dies. I think our soul moves on into the cosmos. And I think that it makes sense to me and my knowledge that there are other consciousness that can live here in this world, and since they do not have the physical body, that they cannot be seen as easily for those who have the body now. But there are such a things as bad spirits. It's complicated. I just talked to the pendulum today and I asked things because I was like, how can there be a demon? But I wanted to know, are they real? And because if I am connecting with spirits now, it's fairies and they're tricksters, but they're good. And they don't do things bad. They do things silly. And sometimes they're being assholes, but I wouldn't say they're bad. And then I was like, I've never had a demon trying to get to me to the pendulum. But I know about people who have been possessed by demons before. So I was asking about the demons. What the fuck is a demon? But I was also thinking about spiritual iterations, reincarnations. And then I was like, well, what if then I was asking the spirit, are demons humans? So I got to this to the fairies that demons are the souls of humans. And the way I feel about reincarnation is that you go from life to life to continue to grow. So you had this one, it was a very shitty incarnation where you were a piece of shit. Now you can have in this next one and you can change it. Break your own chain each time. Break it even more, break it even more. Then, with this thing that I finally asked about the demons was, okay, were they humans? And I got some yes. Of course, I am used to fairies, so I say, are you telling the truth? Usually I get to yes. Sometimes, if it's resistance, then I say, are you telling me what I want to hear? Sometimes it's both, so I get to some of those. I'm talking out of my ass. Sure. I'm just telling you what I'm connecting through the spirits, which I forgot to meditate in the last 2 days that I want to get into more. But I still use the pendulum, so I'm still like literally talking with the fairies. So sometimes an iteration where a soul was a very shitty life with a lot of people, a lot of things wrong, almost very evil based on their life, like we do with billionaires. Once they die, the demon, it's not a demon yet, it's a soul. You have the option to have your next incarnation. Are you ready to grow? So it means you will change these behaviors that you've had on this iteration. So in your next one, that you will have to break at least one chain. So you're going to be doing better than you were. I'm in this iteration of a lot of growth and goodness, which means I don't know at what point it means that part of my past lives were very horrible. And then break the chain over time until here I am and I feel very good. I feel content and I feel more connected with the spirit, that I have more knowledge and wisdom to help me guide to do my best in this iteration. The very best. And I think that I'm lucky to be choosing this. And I think that whether it's a billionaire, someone who owns human beings, whatever, they had a horrible iteration, and in this, their soul in the cosmos, they have to choose to have a new iteration. But if they hold into that belief, it is their choice to go in the next iteration with something to let go of. And I think that is why we have demons. that from this past life, they did not want to hold it. They did not want to let go of it. They want to keep that belief, and they don't want to let go of the piece of shit, whatever the fuck went. And it's usually, when we have evil people, it's mostly about power. That they always want a power on this and that and that. Of course, money. Money does nothing without power. Am I right? So that is why you have demons who like to possess people, because they're not ready to have their own iteration, that they'd rather come come into this little someone else's life, control it for a short amount of time, instead of trying their newest one, because they don't feel they're ready to grow. And I don't know that a demon is there forever, because I think that people have choice always. And this is where I get for schizophrenia. Number one, I was talking to the pendulum also about exorcism. I was like, the exorcism that that I'm familiar with is for people who are spiritual. I mean, religious, Catholicism, Christianity, whatever you got. Those, those are the things that I'm used to. That I don't know other religions. I know about Mormonism. Okay, it's a Christian sect. That ultimately, I know that these I know that these religions have a lot of power, and I do not find them as actual spiritual. They're more of a version of cult, a version of control, a version of power. And if that's the case, it won't have power over demons, because demons are also evil and the religion is evil. And it has to do with control over people. Therefore, that's why you have people with a priest tries to control a demon, and that wouldn't fix at all, because it's from a system of the same beliefs that is there with the demons. I know this is woo woo. It doesn't have to resonate with you. If it does not, go on with your day. I don't give a shit. I just want people to have access to maybe have a positivity to learn about their lives. I do not think you are powerless, and I don't think you ever will. I think the way that belief is right now, society has a lot of capitalism. They hate autism, they hate ADHD, they hate all of this based on society because it's capitalistic, which is also a system of power, power and powerlessness. Schizophrenics, as well as autists and ADHDers, will always be hated for the society that we have right now. But I do not find us to be powerless. And I think we have power in our own lives right now, in this iteration right now. And I think that if you are susceptible to possession, it's because you are not confident enough in your soul right now. Because of the way society tells that you're not worth it, that sometimes it takes a while to know about that. It takes forever to finally love your body exactly where it is. It takes forever. It's going to take time. But I want you to know that you have power in your life once you be content with who you are. And I don't want you to hear it from anybody else. I don't want you to hear it from me. I want you to believe in yourself, who you are now. That it's always about you in this iteration. You have this body that has an extra of a superiority in some physical way. It's a good thing. It's hard though, because society doesn't like something like this. They don't like autists because we have a sense of justice. We have a sense of um a truth, honesty. People don't like that unless they are autistic themselves. We don't even believe in lying as much because that shit sucks. And people hate the idea of us not wanting to have any lies. They don't want to have people to see the spirits because they don't do it themselves. They're going to hate you, and they're going to hate anyone who's fat because they don't want to grow who they are as a person. Anyone who's schizophrenic, I do not think it's a bad thing. And I don't think you as a person are bad. And I think you deserve to have a skill that you can maintain, like how fast you may run, how well you swim, whatever. You can grow it as a power of good. And I think that if people are giving you bad things, it means they could be a demon from their last iteration and they miss the power balance that they had. And so they assume that you are easy to use because you don't know how to control it. Because now you're an open vessel. But I don't have demons talking to me, even though I'm here using a pendulum all the fucking time. Because I believe in the goodness of human beings and the world around us. The thing about me being confident with human beings means that I understand why people are bad. I understand to empathy in such a way that I know why people get bad. I know why people behave a certain way. Pattern recognition from autism, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've had past things happen to me. I don't know. I know that humans are here to experience for something good, bad, ugly. And I think that you can still control with your iteration now. And if it doesn't resonate with you, I don't give a shit. Then it wasn't for you. And I'm okay with that because I don't even think I'm going to get that many views. Sometimes I just post it. I do SW. I do witchcraft. I talk about autism. A lot of people hate all of these. They hate this in general based on capitalism, based on society. But I'm content with who I am and how I am growing now. That I'm okay with that. You can think, you can keep your beliefs however you want, because the way I am right now, I feel better about it. I'm growing things in the garden. I'm growing as a person. I'm feeling better who I am. And I don't have to hate myself as much. And I want to figure out so my body doesn't hurt as much physically. My soul hurts less. And I think people should have the option to not use from always what people say to them. I'm literally talking, right? But I don't know you. And I'm just saying a general. And I want you to think about things that you may get access in your place. Are you hearing something? Is that something good? If it's good, tune into that. If you feel better, literally from your instincts, feel something good. If it's not upsetting your gut, where you go, oh, this feels bad, then you want to tune something that doesn't bother you. If something is upsetting you, tune it out. It's hard, but literally, I have to do that every day to feel okay with being fat, being autistic, being a piece of shit in capitalism. It takes time. They always will be that, but you can learn to do all of that because I'm still learning that my body is fine how it is. It does good things. My soul, it's how I was supposed to be now in this iteration. I must have agreed upon this before I grew. I'm good with it. I don't believe in religions from what I know about. I am just connecting with things in the spirit that really, really connect with my instinct. I'm only giving you a short amount of things to give you things to maybe just honestly, just a feeling of positivity from somebody. I know that sometimes schizophrenics have horrible things that they may have done based on literal control of somebody else. Sometimes it's just the way the spirit has told them, which is a demon, which now I believe is from someone's bad iteration that they're unwilling to grow. I know they can still grow. I do understand if you want to have meds, the way you go is fine. I just want you to know as a core that even with even schizophrenia with meds, if that makes you feel better, then that is. And I don't think it's something to be shamed about. Like I don't feel shamed about autistic anymore. It's not it's not supposed to align with me. If you need the meds, albeit, that's fine. You were meant to be in this iteration with med, without. It's still a good thing. You are learning something from it. You are growing in some way. Connect with it in a certain way. Be in tune with your instinct. If it's anything that feels bad, tune them out. Learn how to tune. Um, Sometimes you have to get used to that specific good or bad spirits to make sure it doesn't do that. The more content you are as a person, the less susceptible are you of possession at all. I don't know, I'm just talking about this. Something I've been thinking about schizophrenia for years, that I think that it's a connection of the spirits. And I do not think it's a bad thing. It's been years that I am only now feeling that I need to actually post about it. I don't know. Witchcraft. I don't believe in negative hexes right now. Protections, yeah. Anything to be negative to people, I don't feel like I need that. I feel that people can do whatever they want on this iteration and it doesn't affect me. I'm here to control the way things are right now. Even though bad things have happened to me, that person doesn't have to control me unless I'm needing compensation, financial. Bitch, you know that's going into so much land for farm because, bitch, I'm here on the earth. Thank you for listening to me. If this resonates with you, it means you need to be in tune with you yourself. If this makes you feel that you lasted the whole song, the whole video, it means I think you need to know who you are and your soul and be connected with being satisfied and content with you. This is your iteration. You get to control it no matter what. You can grow however slow or fast as you want, or not at all, or grow backwards where you don't even grow at all, going to a bad seed. It's your iteration. It's your control, your time. Always will be, because you'll get other iterations if you want to. But I don't know. Good luck.